Do you think that losing weight will magically make you happier? Don't worry, you're not alone. I used to think that too, but I'm here to tell you that it doesn't. And today I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why losing weight won't magically make you happier. So, reason number 1, focusing on a problem tends to make the problem bigger. Reason number 2, your circumstances haven't changed. Reason number 3, and what I think is probably the most important reason, is your mindset and your body image. That has not changed either. So let me dive in a little more deeply into each one of these 3 reasons. Okay, so reason number 1 is if you focus on a problem, it tends to make the problem bigger. So, what I mean by that in the case of me and losing weight, every time I in the past was, excessively dieting, excessively exercising, doing everything under the sun to, obtain this standard, this body and beauty standard that not only society, but sometimes well-meaning family and friends, and just those around me said that a woman should look, I would be so focused on the problem that it caused other issues. It just made the weight loss issue that much bigger. Like, it blew it up. And what I mean by that is, so I was so focused on that and achieving this, body standard and beauty standard, that I felt like I would do whatever I had to do to reach that standard. So for me, I ended up diet pills, laxatives. I ended up in the emergency room once or twice. My mom had to take me one time because the diet pills were causing, such like heart palpitations and what I thought was a heart attack. And come to find out, thankfully, it was not. It was just the stimulant in those diet pills. So, using diet pills, laxatives, but probably the most damaging was the binging and purging. And that's not something that I share and talk a lot about, even with those closest in my life. My best friend's mom actually walked in on me one time when I was binging or when I was purging. And thankfully for me, I was so scared when I started throwing up blood that I was able to step away from the binging and purging. But it did continue off and on throughout, my entire life. So what I mean when I say that focusing on a problem tends to make the problem bigger is exactly what I just shared. By focusing on the problem of I was too big to be loved, I was too big to be accepted, I was the girl with the pretty face, if only you would lose weight. So here I am so focused on that weight loss that it blows up into all these other, dangerous and not healthy, like disordered eating, just blows up into all these other problems, which just made the main problem even bigger. Okay, so let's move on to reason number 2. And reason number 2 is your circumstances are still the same. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're in a crummy job. Sure, you've lost weight, great, but you still have that crummy job. Or maybe you're in a toxic relationship. So great, you've lost the weight, but you're still in that toxic relationship. So even though you've done the work to lose the weight and change, your outer appearance, you haven't done anything yet to change those circumstances. So sure, you can lose the weight and maybe you feel happy about that, but you probably in general are not happier because those circumstances have not changed. All right, let's move along to reason number 3, that losing weight won't magically make you happier. And this is the one that I believe is probably the most important. So reason number 3 is your mindset and your body image haven't changed. So of course, going back to using me as an example, I'm going to use the time that I lost 60 pounds. And yeah, that was great, but I wasn't happier. I was still just as miserable as I was 60 pounds heavier. And the reason was I still had not done any like inner work. I hadn't done anything to change my mindset, and I definitely hadn't done any work to view my body differently. So I would look in the mirror and I would see, sure, my face was thinner, but I still wasn't at like the standard of what, society and others said that a beautiful woman should be. So I still had the chubby cheeks, and, I could just dissect everything about my body that I still hated. Losing the weight did nothing to make me view my body any different. I still hated it. And again, I hadn't done any work to work on my mindset. So all the negative self talk was still there. I was still telling myself how worthless I was and how I couldn't do this or how I couldn't do that. And I couldn't wear, certain types of clothes because I'd always been told, big girls can't wear that. You're big. You need to wear black. You need to cover up. So all that is still playing in my head. I hadn't, felt any different about my body when losing the weight. Okay, so those are the 3 reasons that losing weight's not magically going to make you happier. And let me just recap again really quick those 3 reasons. Reason number 1, focusing on a problem makes it bigger. Reason number 2, your circumstances haven't changed. And reason number 3, and again, what I think is the most important, is that your mindset and your body image has not changed. Regardless of what size you are, it's really important that we are just embracing ourselves and loving ourselves. We are all imperfect, and that's okay. But we are okay just as we are. So I just feel it's so important that we just love and embrace ourselves. And don't forget to like, comment, follow, whatever you have to do to follow me. I always have positive, encouraging, uplifting messages. So if you just need some more of that in your life, again, make sure that you like, comment, and follow. And I will see you next time. And remember, don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. Keep shining, beautiful.